Hey guys, welcome back to LearnBC. You're here with Jared and we're talking about master data, and it's master data management. How do we get you into BC? We're talking through the master data records. Bank is this video. It's SOP-5. Now, before we go too far through it, we want to talk through the context and the rules, the trigger, the preconditions, and the key principles. What is the context and purpose? Make sure you get that, and then you'll understand as theory meets practice, it will meet revelation. The practice is the procedure, step 1 to whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the outcomes is let's talk through what happens if it works and what happens if it doesn't. Now, we love your support, so please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you can email us at how@learnbc.today. We'd love to collaborate with you. You let us know what you're looking for. We'd love to help build the community. Let's get started. In master data, there's a lot of different ways that you can do things, and depending on which country you're in, it also determines how you actually do this. Now, in Australia, we don't use a lot of fields off the bank record, but other countries use all of them. So let's be super clear. This is very much so tailored around what I do in Australia, but I'm going to add extra things into it to make you feel like home. If you're watching this from Europe or Africa or the USA, the same principles really apply. So I guess the key thing is we're going to cover off the bank account posting group. We're going to cover the currency codes and foreign exchange, the transit, BSB routing, account numbers, and the bank statement import setup. Okay, so a few things that we're going to talk through. The trigger here is the organization opens a new physical bank account. The credit card, facility, or foreign currency account, you need to set it up. I'm going to call it an investment account because we did that when we added it to the chart of accounts. And we're going to set up a bank account for it, which would be cool. So preconditions, number 1, you've got your bronze data. All right, you know what the data is. Treasury has provided the bank name, account number, BSB, routing, BSB, and currency. The general ledger account is created. We already created that. I think it was 1025 in one of the previous series about the chart of accounts. Dedicated balance sheet, your account has been created for this specific bank account. And number 3, the posting group established a bank account posting group linking the bank to the general ledger. Is configured. So let's take you through that so it kind of makes sense. The key principles we need to think about here is your bank should be a one-to-one mapping rule. Now, Business Central in many areas allows many-to-many. Okay, so you do have the capacity to have 3 bank accounts relating to one GL code. Okay, it's not advisable. It should be one-to-one. But there are some very rare circumstances where people will actually go and do that. I don't recommend it. So every bank account card must map exactly to a unique GL through the posting group. So we'll talk about that. The currency code locking. So the currency code defines the account's operating currency. Once transactions are posted, she cannot be changed. So you lock that account out the minute you put a ledger entry on that account. And the bank statement format must perfectly match the CSV, KMT, MT940 file provided by your bank for auto reconciliation. Look, I'll come up with a example statement, okay, and then we'll create an import in this demonstration. I'll show you how we do it. All right, warnings and prohibitions. So no shared GL accounts. So do not map 2 different bank account cards to the same GL. We've talked about that. No currency changes, and protect the GL account. So never direct post. You need to remember that from our chart of accounts setup. You always turn off direct posting on a control account where there is a subledger associated. So what are the steps for this SOP? Step number 1, navigate to bank accounts, click new, and open a new bank account. We'll enter the internal number, if it's Chase or Citibank or whatever, doesn't really matter. So enter the name, input the branch number, routing, BSB, and the bank account number, SWIFT code, whatever it is, IBAN. You set up what you need because it's your banking system. Communication, enter the bank's physical address, postcode, city, input the primary contact name, phone number, and email address. And to the posting fast tab, set the currency code for that account. Now, if it's local currency, you keep the currency blank. If it's a foreign currency, you set the foreign currency and assign the specific bank account posting group to that and map it to the GL, and make sure the GL also has the currency on it. Okay. Make sure it's all the same. Otherwise, you can have problems. Enter the transit number. So the SWIFT IBAN codes, we've talked about that. Review all the fields against the bronze source data. So attach the official bank confirmation letter to the fact box. Just attach it and save. Let's go take a look at Business Central. Okay, here we are in Business Central. I'm currently in a business manager role. From here, I can click cash management and bank accounts. Now, some of the things that we will be interested in this video. So there's no bank details. Do we want to page, it's sensitive data. Do we want to turn on field monitoring? I'm going to say no. So what we want to do is we're going to be dealing with two particular things. The first thing is the bank posting group, and the second is the bank account. So in our last video, we created this investment account 1025 bank investment. So I'm going to search bank posting and come up with bank account posting groups. In here, I'm going to type investment 1025, just like that. Okay. So now that's given us a posting group that we can use for our bank account. We go back into bank accounts, and now we will get started on the bank card. Hit new. I'm going to make it full screen, and I'm going to hide this just here and expand each of my tabs. Okay, there we go. So let's give it a name. This is going to be investment. Now, in Australia, we have a branch. Commonly, I just use Commonwealth banks when I'm doing demos. I just go 064000 just like that. And that's the banking details. It seems pretty simple, but that is literally what we do. Now, if you had, for example, direct debit, export formats, credit transfer message numbers, the direct debit message numbers, this is part of your configuration. We don't use this for standard banking. Creditor number, bank cleared, standard code, blank, bank clearing code. Again, these are used in other areas, other countries. Is this use this for the default? Start again. Use as default for the currency. So if this is AUD, I could say this is going to be my default bank. Or if I set it as a currency code, as an offshore currency code, so I changed the currency down underneath the posting tab just here. I changed my currency to USD, and if I was to do that and I had multiple USD, I could set this as the default for that currency. And Business Central has some smarts that when I invoice someone in USD, it will change the bank account on the invoice to your default USD bank account number. Okay, so it's pretty cool. So we've got our bank name, we've got our default details. We're going to go down into communications, and this would be the bank's address. I'm going to Brisbane 4000, and phone number is 1300. There's no mobile, and it's John Doe. Email at, remembering I'm using the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. I know they're in Queen Street in Brisbane somewhere. So anyway, I've just made that up. So we've got address details for your bank, not for you. We go down into the posting. I'm going to turn off USD because I don't want to make this a USD bank account. What's my last check number is irrelevant. If you're not using checks, I would go in personalize and hide stuff like that because you're never going to use it. Okay, your transit number, your last statement number, your last payment number, payment reconciliation number series. Okay, balance last statement. At the moment, it's an opening balance, which is 0. This is where we select our posting group and we select investment. So far, most of the things under posting, only the currency and the bank account posting group are relevant for what I would do within Australia. As I scroll down, I now come into the payment details, and this is where you actually get to set how you send. So if you've got a transit number, SWIFT code, IBAN, for example, this is asking me for my EFT bank code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is what I was doing in 064. And the EFT security number and security name, that's to do with the bank configuration. This is due to one of the extensions we use for batch banking, so just ignore that. Including all of these EFTs are ignored, but these two are the two that you really need to do. So the bank statement input format and the payment export format. And out of the box, you have these formats that are available and you can select them, which is fine. Okay, but both of them are from the same table. This is the bank export and import setup. Let's go take a look at the bank import and export setup. When I look at the list, I can see 4 in export, 2 in import. And if I'm in here and I'm looking at the payment export, I can see my 4. And if I look at the import, I can see my 2. It's the same. So we go bank import, and you're going to get the bank import export setup. So here we are. All right. So this is our setup, effectively our configuration for how we're going to bring data into this bank account as an import. Okay, normally we will, as a partner, we will take your bank statement file. If you don't know how to do this, this is advanced, and this is probably where you do need a partner. And what you need to do is know which processing code unit ID you need, or the processing XML port ID you need to use to get this done. And then what we do is we create a data exchange definition. Okay, so when you get your statement from the bank, it will get uploaded into Business Central, and you can create your data exchange definition by a wizard that's based in assisted setup. And all it does is says, ingest this file, okay, and in column number 1, it's an ID, column 2 is a date and time, column 3 is a balance, and so on. And it's a mapping file. So to create your import file, which is not the purpose of this video, okay, but just for a shortcut, assisted setup, and you go into here and go bank, and there is a bank statement import file. You step through this, upload your bank statement file straight from your bank, and it is going to help you define your data exchange method for your bank. Okay, there's a little trick for you. So for now, I'm going to use what's here out of the box. As for the payment export, all right, you need to know what that needs to be, or you need to build that to match with your banking statement. So when somebody comes to us, we ask them for 2 things. We say, what's the batch import file for a payment for your bank? What does it look like, and what's it made up of? In Australia, we call it an ABA file, okay? And then we also ask, the second thing is, please give us a copy of your bank statement, just a day or 5 days or a month or whatever. Let us take that and we'll map it, and we'll map those 2 for you. So a gold standard for me is the name is known. We have our, all of our, what we'd refer to as our metadata. On our second tab, the communication fast tab, it's the communications details. We have our posting group and if so currency on the posting tab, and on the transfer tab, how you pay, how you import and export your statements. That to us, we would consider a gold record. And unless you have 30 different or 50 different bank accounts and you want to import this in a config package, generally speaking, we would bring this in using edit in Excel. It's nice and simple, very quick, or we'll type it all in manually to get it right and correct. If we go into configuration packages, I've created a JC bank. Same thing again. I've got a bank account. I've selected table 270, hit functions, get related tables. This is going to give me currencies, which I don't really need to worry about. I want to keep the posting group because that's now important. You've got your AMC banks, AMC clearing standard, SWIFT, bank import export setup, dimensions, value, number series, territory, and salesperson, purchaser, country. So I'd get rid of the salesperson, purchaser. I think that's irrelevant. for the bank. The country, region, and language, we're not going to change. That's not a table that you should be playing with. And I would leave everything else here apart from number series. So now we're in a position where we've got a config pack that we can use for the bank, but also all the associated tables. We go export that to Excel. Let's go take a look. All right, here we are. I've got my bank account, my config pack. I'm just going to select all the columns and start looking at this. I've got my name. We've got the search name, which is a copy. I could have hidden that. Name too. So it's got all of the fields. I didn't hide any. I've got my address. I've got my bank details, territory codes, dimensions. We've got our posting group, right? And I can see my posting groups here. And if I've got a bunch of bank accounts, I can give it a name and a GL code for each of the accounts and then put it into my pack here. For example, let's just say that I'm going to do it like this. And that's investment, right? So I'm going to delete that one there. Here we go. So we've got ourselves a bunch of files. Hang on, what did I do there? I'm going to keep these accounts based off their name. So I'm just going to paste, and I'm going to actually just continue that number series down the page, just like that. So I've got a bunch of different bank accounts. To save me a bit of time, I'm just going to highlight everything. Let's just pretend all my bank accounts are at the same bank. All right, and I'm gonna fix my names to keep it consistent and fix my, there we go. So now all I need to do is change my bank numbers, okay? If I've got the same import export format, it will copy it all across from my bank config file. Here, it's already got the correct posting groups, and I could take that right now, as an example, right now, we could take that, save this file. I'm just going to go save to disk, just hit save, and I should be able to bring that back into Business Central. Choose your tables within your config pack that are relative for you to get the job done. Okay, it's really important for you. But that bank there, I've got my bank account, and I want to go bank account import from Excel. I'm going to bring in the bank. I hit import. It's telling me it's good to go, and I apply package. Yeah, cool. 7 records inserted, 1 modified. So now back in my bank account, cash, bank account, bang, just like that. And I got a little last record that needs cleaning up. So it doesn't have to be complicated. I've shown the config packs before. They can be a little fiddly. It does do dedupe. Dedupe, you just saw just there, and that wasn't part of my example, okay? But it's detected already the contactee John Doe is on other accounts. Subsequently, it's duplicate contact. It's doing its thing, right? So it's pretty cool. And that would happen on customers and vendors as well, which is pretty cool. So I have my accounts, I have my posting groups, and I have my general ledger. Technically, these accounts would work. So what happens as an exception? So the missing posting group, the system will block payments and receipts. You can't operate a bank account without a posting group. You need to have that corrected. You must assign a bank account posting group. Currency mismatch, if you realize the currency is wrong after posting, you cannot change it. You must transfer the balance out, close the card, create a new one. It's kind of a pain. And import format error. If the bank statements fail to import, verify the bank statement import format on the transfer file start matches your file type, or do what I said, assisted setup, bank import setup wizard, and go create one that's unique to your bank file. What does it look like if it's right? You get bank account number and name are finalized. Routing, BSP, and account numbers are all verified. You've got your currency code if it's applicable, the posting group, and your your bank account is gold and ready to go. I'd add to this probably 2 more things. Import and export format is clean. You're good to go. That's gold. So we're going to move over now to the location card in the next video. I'll see you there.